Good day, good people. This is the Holla the Truth podcast, brought to you by yours truly, Holla the Truth. Giving you the truth for the future, the present, and the past. But I gotta ask, can you handle it? What the fuck is up? Back at it again with my special guest, myself. What's up with you? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Trying to get like you. So, last time you were on here, we talked about being your own worst enemy, right? So has that still been an issue, or have you found a way to combat that yet? At times it's always gonna prove to be an issue. But for the most part, I think I got it under control. Just trying to maintain, stay positive. So what tools have you used? I know you were in therapy. Like, what tools have you used from that to kind of help you with this? Mainly staying positive self-talk, trying to evaluate before I feel or act on anything. Working on me.
Okay. Well, I'm proud of you. Let me start by saying that.
Appreciate you.
I'm proud of you too.
It's been a journey.
It has.
This past year, this past 2 years with the whole therapy idea and everything. So I want to give you your flowers. I'm definitely proud of you, bro.
I'm proud of you, bro.
So initially starting this podcast, right? What was like your main focus? What was your ideas of the podcast? Like, what did you think?
I just wanted to reach people, help people. Maybe they hear something that they haven't heard or hear something that they did heard and they reiterate it. Just touch people. No diddy. But,
Okay.
just trying to help, bro.
So what was the response you've gotten from it? Like the feedback, just initial response, the views, the likes, all that.
I'm one of the people that think success comes overnight. I've gotten some very good feedback and responses towards it.
Okay.
Recently, like reels and things that I've been posting, people are engaging with those, so I'm happy about that. It's all a journey.
So how do you feel overall?
In general,
As far as like what you've accomplished with the podcast?
oh, I feel good. I started it. I'm rolling. I'm trying to stay creative.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just keep this rolling as much as I can and, getting after it, bro.
Well, again, I want to tell you, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, you did this shit.
Proud of you.
Again, you had to start from somewhere. Why not start from start?
Start from start.
Shout out to my business partner, Lee.
Shout out to Lee.
So how do you feel about the journey coming ahead with the whole podcast?
I'm optimistic about this shit, just like you.
Yeah.
We gonna hope for the best. We gonna do our best to make this shit what it's supposed to be. Get the engagement. I got a 3 to 5 year plan, so we gonna keep rocking, keep rolling. We're gonna try to fight the adversity as much as we can, but we can only do what we can do.
Not for sure.
And I'm still trying to maintain, still trying to get an understanding of it. There's some shit that I still need to work on to get further with it, but
I feel that.
so,
we touch on therapy a lot.
right.
How do you feel like therapy has helped you in the past 2 years? Well, year and a half.
It's definitely gave me some outlook on myself, people, how people interact. It come with its benefits.
And what would you say some of the benefits are?
Benefits like just an understanding of self, maintaining them relationships, understanding situations that you've been involved in, tapping into traumas, because sometimes we don't know we're traumatized or we've been traumatized. Sometimes we just kind of gotta sometimes we just roll with the punches. We think things are normal that aren't normal. Like, I was a big age when I realized some shit just wasn't normal.
So is it initially what you expected?
In a
Or
sense.
did you, like, what were your expectations for it?
I don't know if I really had expectations. I was thinking more so, I mean, I guess I was trying to find something because something's wrong. And I haven't been able to figure out what it was.
Do you think fear, like, withheld anything from it? Or withheld you from going to, like, initially seeking help?
Yeah, I was definitely fearful of it. I'm not sure why. I didn't think it was nothing wrong with going, but there was something holding me back from it. But being able to just talk to somebody vulnerable, there were some things I left out that I didn't necessarily want to say, but for the most part, she was a very easy person to talk to.
I feel that for sure.
And
Without a doubt.
I was just trying to get a better understanding of myself. So I think that can be fearful in itself. Just digging deeper within and trying to get a better understanding of you. You know.
So how were you about embracing it? Like, I know that could be a challenge as well.
I embraced it pretty well. I think my first session I cried because I was seeking the help that I needed and I was getting in it. You know?
And do you think you would recommend it to someone?
I would highly recommend it for sure. I mean, you have to find somebody that works for you, obviously, but I would definitely recommend it. People need it. It only works if you do the work, you know.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. So what do you think some of your biggest accomplishments over the years been? Just like in general, I guess with therapy, with the podcast, all of that.
Like I said, I've gotten a better understanding of myself and some of the things that I've done and triggers that I have and traumas. It's helped me create some healthy boundaries for myself and with people, just in general. Not letting people get too in, but not shutting them completely out. And it's helped with like rebuilding and maintaining relationships. You know, that's a very important part of life is your relationships. Because they say your network is your net worth. Yeah, that's the saying. But yeah, like keeping them relationships copacetic. But that relationship with myself is like the most important thing that I've gotten from it.
I hear you.
So I'm just trying to stay there, you know, trying to always check in with myself and talk to myself about what's going on, analyzing what is actually going on and analyzing how I'm feeling so I know, you know.
So in relationships, how do you feel like it's helped?
You know, I don't think everything needs closure. Sometimes we do. And like embracing new ideas and new people.
That's big.
Just becoming loving and caring, supportive. Sometimes we can't.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't do that. And we should definitely.
So overall, it's helped is what you.
Yeah. You know, sometimes we got to be better people. Just got to stay positive.
Yeah.
Have a good support system. Like maintain a fucking support system. A good solid foundation. I got a bunch of different friend groups and we all supportive in the ways we need to be supportive with one another. Rarely do I fall out with anybody. Yeah, I just try to stay as supportive as I can.
No, support systems need to be strong for sure.
For sure.
You gotta have a support system.
You have to.
And it's healthy to those of you that feel like, oh, I'm gonna make it on my own, I'm gonna do it by myself. Like Janet Jackson said, nobody can make it out here alone. We need support systems. We need people. As much as we sit here and try to say, oh, men don't need women, women don't need men, I don't need nobody, I'm gonna do this on my... No, we need people.
You can't get nearly as far by yourself than with facts. They say you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go further, go with somebody, people, group, or however the phrase goes.
Facts.
Yeah, nonetheless, we need people and we need to stop acting like we don't.
Right. It's too many people being selfish with life. Like, give yourself to people and take the help.
So now that you have a limited, I guess, a limited accessibility to the therapy you were getting, how do you maintain?
Just utilize some of the strategies that we went over, some of the modules she's given me. Not being afraid to ask for help is the biggest thing that I learned. And that positive self-talk. You have to talk life into yourself. You only if you gonna say one bad thing about yourself, it's gonna take 15 positive things to counteract it. So just stay positive.
So do you have any questions for me?
I do. What are your future expectations for this? Like, where do you see this going for you? And how can I help?
I do feel like we're gonna get to a place where we need to get to with this podcast and maintaining, using some of those therapeutic exercises and, having my therapist on retainer. She was very dope, encouraging. I'm sure they're probably supposed to do that. But for the most part, she kept me grounded. She kept me understanding how I need to think about things and how I need to process, and setting them healthy boundaries, like you said. It's always going to be a struggle. It's always going to be a battle that we have to combat.
Yes, it is.
And having the help to get further or to get past all of those things is very, very, very monumental. It's very important, and it's a necessity, because we can't maintain all the things that we think are wrong by ourselves. We try to, and we can continue to feel like we're doing it on our own with no help, but we looking at everybody else's highlight reels on social media,
for sure,
and it can tend to cause us to be a little depressed or downplay our lives and what we're accomplishing, and our value as well.
Right.
But we're very valuable. Everybody is their own individual, and we have value. Everybody has a value, whether we whether we're givers, we're takers, we're helpers. Everybody has a value, and we may not see it, but somebody else sees it.
Right.
Just because you don't feel valuable in certain situations or whatever doesn't mean that you're not valuable. Just like somebody may not think something that they've done is big or a big deal, or it might have just been out of act of kindness, but it was valuable to somebody, and you can't see that.
And it meant something, for sure.
Yeah. On our little parlays, who knows? He don't know that last rebound was what he needed. Sometimes they be knowing. But yeah, they do. But he don't know he needed that last rebound. That last rebound might have saved somebody's life. That might have been somebody's rent money, him getting that last rebound. But I just say that to say you add value to the world. You wouldn't be here if you didn't.
Facts.
And don't take that for granted. Always keep in mind that you're making somebody's day. You may not know it. They may not show it. But you're making somebody's day. You're probably keeping somebody off the ledge. You're probably keeping somebody alive.
Right. And even the smallest people, the youngest people, like you guys have value. You add value to people.
Facts.
May not understand it now, may not ever understand it, but there's value in you. And I just want everybody to remember that. Like, you are valuable, regardless.
You valuable.
And to another idea, it's a lot of people that talk about wanting to have podcasts or be on podcasts or just nervous. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Sit in a crowd of your friends and just put the phone on record or put the camera on record or even just get the audio. Sometimes we have the most groundbreaking conversations that other people need to hear with our peers, our close friends and family. I've had some great conversations over the years with people that I wish would come on, but they're nervous. Or just even conversations that I wish could be heard by masses, whether it's 100 people or 100,000 people. I feel like somebody's gonna find some use in some of these conversations I have, and that was a big part of me wanting to do this.
Yeah.
I say a lot of stuff. I be with people that say a lot of stuff, and I feel like it can help people. Everybody doesn't think they need help. Everybody doesn't want help, but I do feel like there is some value in words that you don't. Sometimes you might not know the value of the words and the impact they may have on others. So keep in mind, to speak positively, embrace people,
love people,
enjoy people, enjoy life.
Facts.
Enjoy them kids. Enjoy everything you get to do. The travels. Yeah, it's a lot.
It is.
So, I don't know if I asked this question last time. I don't think so. But what's one hard truth people have about you? Like people have to accept about you. Well, in relationships, that I'm friendly. I have a tendency to be friendly. I'm a people person. That's what I do. Social butterfly. Somebody I hated, I said that. But also, that's what's up. In general, I'm like the nicest asshole you'll ever meet. I can be an asshole, but I can be the sweetest thing. People don't have to accept it, might I say. You don't have to accept anything that you don't want to deal with. But to accept a person is to accept them fully. Correct. We can't always change people. We really can't change people. I mean, we can change people in ways, but changing someone like a Ken or Barbie doll, you can change their personalities and their clothes and all that. But we can only make the change within ourselves, and people are only going to make the changes within themselves.
Correct.
That they want to make. So don't try to force your ideas or your values on other people. Just find people that align with it. That's why my core group of friends, we align very well because we share mutual ideas. Even if we don't share the same ideas, it's never an argument. It's always a look at it from this perspective, which can get hard in other situations. But sometimes you have to reevaluate your friend group, your core friends, even your family members.
Definitely.
To get a better understanding of that. Definitely. Don't be afraid to let people go. Friends, family, even your old self. Some things are meant to let go. Yes, sir. Well, new year, it's 2025.
2025, baby.
We got some big accomplishments to make this year. Let's do it. Hopefully we can get it all done.
We will.
We're going to continue to push each other to get this shit done and get it how we need it. We're going to always check in with each other. Definitely. Remember to always check in with yourself. Sometimes you have to have those internal conversations to move forward. Again, I appreciate you for coming on here, being vulnerable, talking about your journey, as always. We are on to the next step with this. This is, I guess you would call it season 2 because it's the second year. And we plan to keep the ball rolling. Whether it's no success or
no support or all the support, we're still rocking and rolling. Because eventually somebody's going to gravitate towards it. Somebody's going to hear it. Somebody's going to want to hear it. And we're going to keep rolling. Somebody need to hear it. But until then, this is the Holla the Truth podcast, brought to you by yours truly, Holla the Truth. Giving you the truth for the future, the present, and the past. But I got to ask, can you handle it?